When we take a look at the world today, especially the Muslim world, we see that there are many challenges that we are facing. Unprecedented challenges. When you examine our Muslim societies, especially in the Middle East, it is surrounded by tragedies, by difficulties, by very big challenges today. And one of the challenges that we are facing today is Daesh, this group of terrorists whom we've all witnessed what they're capable of, and the damage that they have done to our brothers and sisters in faith. Just last week, all of you have heard how in the month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the month of Ramadan, in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who are fasting on a Friday, how those evil terrorists carried out this heinous crime. This evil man who walked onto the mosque of Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, he blew himself up and he killed nearly 30 innocent people. This was truly a great tragedy that befell our brothers and sisters in faith. And this evil group is even promising for more destruction, for more terrorist activities. As we have established in the first khutbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the human being in honor, in dignity. وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. However, this honor and dignity does not come for free. You have to work for it. You have to earn it. When we see these challenges in the Middle East today, in other parts of the world, these terrorists trying to kill us, persecute us, we cannot sit idle, respected brothers and sisters. We can't just sit from here and watch what's happening in the world and say, it's none of my business, I don't care. I have a different role in this life. Yes, we do have different roles because we are here in the West. But that does not mean that we should not do anything. If we do not do anything, if we sit idle, lazy, not caring about what happens there, then we are allowing the enemies to take away our honor and dignity. We have to fight for our honor and dignity. We have to be active day and night, not to allow the enemies of Allah and the enemies of Ahlul Bayt and the enemies of humanity to take away our honor and dignity. We must do something, respected brothers and sisters. There are some examples that I want to share with you for those of us who are here in the West that we can do in order to help our brothers and sisters in faith. Number one, I ask everyone to contact their local officials and tell them that this is an important matter for you. That Daesh are the enemies of humanity. And I ask you, in the name of my community, my society, to do something. To stop these people. To stop those governments that are helping these people. These extremists, where are they getting their ideology from? Who's teaching them? Who's funding them? We need to ask our local officials, our government, to do more to pressure them to stop them. This extremist Wahhabi ideology must stop. Those who fund it must stop. And we can do something about that. If we raise our voice, if we raise our concerns, then eventually they will listen to us. That's number one. Number two, respected brothers and sisters, we all have to expose these terrorists. We have to tell the world who they are, who their true face is. You need to go to your local newspapers, national newspapers. I want you, brothers and sisters, to write articles about this. Defend your brothers and sisters in faith. You have to express how they were oppressed, how they were mercilessly killed. We need to tell the world what happened. Believe me, most people around the world, they don't know what happened last week. in that mosque. They're unaware of it. We have to get the word out. We need to use social media, everything that you can, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. We need to make this an important project for us to defend the rights of our brothers and sisters. And by the way, I'm not just referring to the attacks in Kuwait only. If you look at the Middle East, many parts are suffering. Alaykum as-salam. You know what happened in Kuwait is a typical scene in Iraq every day. For 10 years, Iraq has been bleeding every Friday like that. We don't even care. We don't even know. We've lost interest. Yeah, it's Iraq. These people, they're not even people. They're just like flies dying, just like ants being stepped on. Who cares? Do you see how we become desensitized? We no longer care. We're not interested anymore. Even if we hear today there were 10 explosions in Iraq, it doesn't really seem to be interesting to us anymore. The hadith says, "Man asbaha wa la yahtammu bi umur al-muslimin falaysa bi-muslim." The one who wakes up in the morning and he finds himself indifferent, apathetic, I don't care about what happened to my brothers and sisters in faith. The Prophet says he's not a true Muslim. If I want to be a true Muslim, brothers and sisters, I have to do something. I have to do something. The least that you can do is to go out in the social media and speak your mind, defend them, expose the enemies. Because the people do not know who these people are. We need to expose them. When you expose them, that's a good way of pressuring them to stop their evil activities. Another thing that we can do, respected brothers and sisters, is for us to contact our brothers and sisters in faith and ask them how we can help them. Have we done that? Since last week, how many of us picked up a telephone or sent an email or message to someone there and asked, look, how can we help you? We're here in the West. How can we help you? You guys tell us, how can we help you? Do you want financial assistance that we can send you? Do you want us to do something on the internet that we can do? What do you want? We have to show this concern, respected brothers and sisters, so that we can be true Muslims and so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts our deeds. Because the greatest deed in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to help others in society. To help someone. That's true ibadah. That's true worship. When someone is in need and you go to them and you help them. We need to do that. And finally, we have to pray for them. This is the month of supplication, the month of dua. On these nights, I want everyone to pray for those suffering. You know how many families now in the Middle East, especially in Iraq, they're breaking iftar without a loved one? The mother is sitting with her 2 orphans. The father is dead because of Daesh, because of their terrorist activities. This Ramadan, they're sitting in the heat of Iraq, no electricity. Their financial situation is miserable. And on top of that, they've lost their father. They've lost their husband. We have thousands of families right now in Iraq like that. Because those who are going with Al-Hashd al-Sha'bi, the popular mobilization units, those who are going to fight Daesh, because Daesh wants to come to Karbala, to Najaf, and destroy everything. So they're going out to stop them from coming to their cities, to their homeland, and destroying them. But many of them are being killed, brothers and sisters. Last month, exactly one month ago, I was in Karbala for the ziyarah of mid-Sha'ban, Laylat al-Nisf min Sha'ban. I remember 2 days before it, on the 13th of Sha'ban, I went to the Haram around 12 a.m., to the Haram of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, when 48 bodies were brought to the Haram. They were killed on the morning of that day. 48 people. I tell you, when they brought those janazas in, those caskets, you could see the entire Haram break into tears, just seeing that scene. 48 of our youth just killed. The world doesn't care. No one even knows. No one even shows an interest. As if these people are not even human beings. I swear to Allah, if 48 dogs here die, you'll see our society go upside down. But when human beings are killed, no one cares. We have to do something, respected brothers and sisters. Be creative. I want you to go today and think. Take a few moments. Think, how can you be creative? What can you do for them? So that the world cares about them. So the world sees them as human beings. Their families, what do they need? How can I help their families in this holy month of Ramadan? In this way, we will show Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are true believers who care about humanity. And everywhere else in the world, not just in the Middle East, anywhere in the world that there is suffering, we should be the first ones to rush to the scene and to extend our help and support. And of course, the most powerful tool is to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask the Almighty God to bless the souls of all those innocent people who have been killed. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give patience to their families who are suffering and who are grieving them and they're mourning their loss. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to comfort them and to compensate them, inshallah, in this world and in the hereafter. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. اللهم صل على محمد.